It's Leah Remele with GoForProPhotos.com, and this is Video Friday, the place to be to polish up the professional side of photography. Today we're talking about bookkeepers, CPAs, accountants. What's the difference? How do you know if you need one? And how do you go about hiring one? Plus, the 10 questions you need to ask when you're interviewing your CPA. Today's question comes from Allie from Providence, Rhode Island, and Allie asks, "Hi Leah, I love your videos and would be thrilled to see my questions as a future episode. I really want to run my business right, but the keeping scares the shiz out of me. How do I know when it's time to hire someone? Do I need a bookkeeper or an accountant? And how on earth do I go about finding one? Thank you so much for all that you do and for our industry. XO, Allie." Starting a business as a small business owner and DIY are practically synonymous. There are certainly ways to take on your accounting yourself and DIY it. Options like QuickBooks have made this possible, but I warn you, if you are doing one of these two things, you probably need to let someone else take care of it. Number one, if you are secretly wondering if you're even doing this right at all, that's a red flag. And number two, if you're not doing it at all because, well, you don't know what to do and it's overwhelming, that's a huge red flag, and it's time to let an expert take over. So how do you know who you need to hire? Should it be a bookkeeper, an accountant, or a CPA? What's the difference? The most important thing is just that you know that these records are being kept and that you feel confident in the person keeping them. Let's go to the interwebs to get some clarity. A bookkeeper maintains your accounting records. They enter in all transactions and they balance your funds. An accountant specializes in finances, taxes, budgets, business operations, payroll, and money management. But know this, there are different types of accountants who specialize in different areas of business. In other words, if I break my leg, I'm not going to the dermatologist. You want to make sure that you find the right person for your small business. I can tell you that I work with a CPA who has bookkeepers and accountants on staff. This way, when it comes to my monthly transaction processing, the bookkeeper can do it for a lesser fee. But when we're talking about money management and tax planning, my CPA is ready to step in. So now it's time to do some research and find the right person for you. We are going to start with Google and have Google do some of the legwork for us. Put into Google small business accountant for your city and see what comes up. Now it's time to check their websites, read their reviews, and find 3 potential businesses that you're interested in working with. Now here's where it gets really, really fun and where you are going to learn a ton about your own business. And don't worry that you don't know everything and that you're not an expert on small business. That's not your job. That's their job, and that's what they're gonna prove. So you found those 3 businesses that you're interested in. Now it's time to set up an appointment. You are going to interview them and find out if they are the right candidate for your company. So here's what the phone call might sound like when you call to set up the appointment. "Hi, my name is Leah and I have a small business in the area. I've been doing some research and I found some really great reviews and information about John Doe. I would love to set up an appointment to meet with him. Is that something you can help me with?" Now that wasn't that hard, was it? Now I'm going to share with you 10 questions that I suggest asking during the interview process. And I want you to remember that it's totally okay that you don't know everything. That's their job, and you're there to soak it up and learn a ton about your business. Number 1, what all can you help me with my business? This is an awesome opportunity for them to expound on what's possible. They're gonna ask you some questions to find out more details about what exactly you do so that they can better answer this question. Number 2, do you have other home-based businesses or professional photographers that you work with? And are you familiar with the tax write-off opportunities for them? Number 3, how available are you? I want to be a part of this process. I know I don't know everything, but I don't want to turn a blind eye. Will you be available for me when I have questions and when I need more detailed explanation of what we're doing and why we're doing it? Number 4, who will I be working with? Now, I learned to ask this question the hard way. The CPA that I met with was awesome. The person I ended up working with didn't have the same grand plan. Make sure you know who you're going to be working with and that that's the person that you set up a meeting to talk to. Number 5, how will you help me maximize my tax savings and how will you double check this? Number 6, based on your experience, what form of business structure should I be? Number 7, what records should I or will I be responsible for keeping? And how do you recommend I organize them? Number 8, what happens if I get audited? Number 9, what is your fee structure and may I get a copy of it to take with me? And number 10, is there anything else I should know? This is a great open-ended question, and it's placed there so that they can give you their final ideas and insights on how you can best structure and build your business for your vision, plus why you should work with them. The very best thing about this exercise is going to be how much you learn about your own small business. The bonus is going to be that you'll be able to make an insightful decision on who's best for your small business. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Video Friday. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, like it. If you loved it, share these ideas with a friend. And please make sure that you subscribe to our newsletter so that you never miss a future episode. Now I want to hear from you in the comments section below. If you already have someone that you work with, I want to know what tips you have for finding the right person. And if you don't, I want to know what's been holding you back. Remember, we carry our cameras to create, but we created our businesses to thrive. So don't just survive, thrive. According to the interwebs, a